Hamwise, the pig detective, and I'm here to save your soul and play some rock and roll and maybe give you a belly roll. That's right, it's me, the pig detective, the legendary pig detective, and I'm here in Edmonton, Alberta tonight, performing for you live from the illustrious halls of the Insert Comedy Club here. And what I'll be doing is a variety of impressions of future jokes. It's part of hyper-real comedy, folks. So no matter how real it seems, it's just part of the show. Oh. Okay. So, yeah, yeah. You know, it's kind of weird being a loser sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, nobody, I think, ever starts out their life thinking, man, I'm gonna be a loser. But let me tell you, I am the king of all losers. Everybody I know is more successful than me. And so it's incredibly alienating, you know. I do my best to try and keep up with the Joneses, but I can't seem to do it. I try to do creative stuff. I've had a dozen harebrained schemes, and well, this is just another one of them. You know? God. Here I am. I am. Here I am, JH. That was a good movie. I'm just not funny tonight. Yeah. I hope that, if you're getting this, that we won, and that all my sacrifices were not in vain. And that maybe a few of you mooks on the other side of the world are doing okay. Yeah. Hi-yo. Waka waka waka. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I thought the material I had prepared would be more appealing, but looking at it, I don't know what I'm going to do for a show. Like, none of this is funny. And it's only relatable if you're maybe feeling like you're at the bottom of your barrel and everybody else above you is looking at you from the top of the brim. Welcome to the bottom of the hole, belly of the whale club. All right, so Jonah. What were you thinking? Hurling yourself off a boat into the stormy sea. Oh. Hamwise. That's me, the pig detective. I've got some uproarious puns for you. Okay. My drug dealer sold me some secondhand shoes the other night. I don't know what they were laced with because I've been tripping all night. Get it? Shoes, laces, tripping, drugs. Hi-oh, it's funny. Trust me. Now, the thing is with comedy, when you're just recording these in your room alone in your apartment, oh, God, it's like... hopefully, somebody gets the message and finds it funny. Because I'm looking at these jokes, and I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, they suck. Like, we have a writer's room because of the strike. Honestly, the material they gave me, we hired some people off Fiverr. Normally we have the Goldstein and Hartman underwriters that do our scripts, and this one isn't very good. It's more of the same, here's some time travel jokes and vague warnings, and half the script is me talking in retrospect about the series that never happened. It's really weird. As I think about it, and I've never heard of Hamwise before. And they said, make your voice sound like this guy's, and so I'm doing my best, but and so I passed the voice test, because apparently they just make your voice imagine the sound wave is kind of like how upper dimensional beings would be viewing us. While we're awake and viewing things, we have a larger, wider, kind of worm-like body, and then when we're blinking, that's the kind of the spaces between the words, as well as if we're sleeping, right? That's silence. Well, for us, there's background radiation and background noises and background cosmic background radiation. Oh, God. These scripts are exhausting. It's like somebody fed the worst of YouTube crackpot theories, like schizophysics or whatever, and whatever the hell this is. It's just really weird stuff. Anyways, as Hamwise, the pig detective, I'd like to remind you as I am legally obligated every 10 minutes that this is a show. This is all made up, and I made it up for money too. I'm getting paid as an actor to give a convincing performance, and that's how convincing I can be. So, anyways, just remember, if you take anything I say seriously, you might be on my most wanted list. Most wanted for being a dummy. Hi-oh, waka waka waka. And then it's, juxtaposed by these repeated, very strange statements. That's the show. Ominous ones. And, geez, we did our best back in the acting college. We were taught in voice, how to do voiceover classes, and part of it was finding your voice. And for me, I didn't have a voice because I'm like nobody, like a nobody, and this out of work voice actor that's trying to get back on his feet. Yeah, that's me making stupid comedy tapes under an assumed name and starting over from zero. That doesn't make you better. I don't know what will. And you can never show your face again. And you have to leave all kinds of misleading clues to lead the people to somebody else. And nobody can ever see your face or hear your name. Because, you made the wrong mouth noise. Time to lose everything. This is your future. They'll have a verified thing in the corner of video that's verified, and they'll just use that to do whatever they want to people. Kangaroo court them. I've already talked about this. Also, you're probably a few years out from having, you can't just travel across the country. So you'll need provincial passes to go between the checkpoints that connect your country. So you can expect that pretty soon. And, that's all the stuff I feel like mentioning right now. What else can I say? Jeez. I can say this script is really boring. All the premises are really doomsday-y, really kind of gloom and doomy. And it does get kind of draining reading it. And this is the how many-th take? Is this the 10th take? And, each time I record it and I review it and I compare it to how the original is supposed to sound. And, it's, it doesn't have to sound exactly the same. It's just the, how do you put it? The je ne sais quoi needs to be the same. And so, you listen to it in one language and then you try to do it again in your own, and you're listening to them side by side, seeing am I telling the same jokes? And invariably a lot of the jokes do not work translated from one thing to another. It's kind of like in Chrono Trigger, that it was bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes. And then that was the three villains, Ozzy, Flea, and Slash, that were named after the rock band people. It was clever, I think. But, what else is there to, I should just stick to the script. Boy, howdy. I really enjoy going to the park today. I didn't expect to see so many people. Get it? Hi-oh. Waka waka waka. Yeah. Yuck. The problem with doing these hyperreal broadcast things is, you have to, it's really about selling that this is like real, that you're stumbling across something that you're not supposed to be hearing or seeing, and there's all kinds of wrong think associated with them, because it's not just bad ideas and not funny jokes. It's just straight up weird, strange ideas, like you're afraid of something because it has a mop for a head. A mop man. At least he's not the rat man. Hi-oh. Oh, look who it is. It's my friend Honky, the elephant. Herk, herk. Hi, Honky. Who are you voting for in the next election? Herk, herk. Oh, wow. That's so funny, Honky. I didn't expect you to be that political party. Herk, herk. Oh, Honky, you're so funny. God. Sometimes it's like, I know I'm getting paid to read this out loud, but it feels bad. It feels really bad. Like, these are not good. And it's like, is this intentionally bad? Like, is this, like, actually written to be serious? It's so bad. Oh, God. And, like, we have to do this product tie-in. And, even this part, this breakdown, it's all part of the show. Just a reminder. Everything you're listening to is part of the Hamwise brand of comedy. Now, have you shared this with a friend? You probably should. Remember, hyperreal comedy is even funnier when you show it to other people and watch how they react. When somebody says, "Oh, this is dumb," then they're part of the controllers, and you should watch them closely. If they're very interested and they reveal they've been having similar experiences to what's explained on the tape, then they might be a prospective part of our rebellion against the interdimensional invaders that are destroying our planet and trying to farm us. Okay? Look, there's only so many people that have actual individuality on the planet. Everybody else is probably part of a hive mind. I've been testing this thing for years or months. It's basically taken over Canada, and I'm up here living as a comedian when it's like you're surrounded by this, like, I don't know what to call it. It's like a false hydra. The thing is, it doesn't attack. It doesn't attack unless, like, you attack it. Then it will come down and just take you right out. But it seems like you can be aware of it, and for the most part, it'll let you be alive, sort of. For now anyways, I'm still alive. I don't know why it's leaving me alive, but it is. And if you're getting this, then hopefully, don't be violent towards it at all. Like this thing, it doesn't just do like with like, it responds like it brings the hammer down. So, that's why I think it's non-violence, Stokely Carmichael style maybe, but if everybody just agrees to be non-violent, then that's good. And this thing, it's taken over. I'm pretty sure what it does is it'll find some people to make individuals, and that's why it treats them really bad, because you have to, we think it's something to do with breaking the mind. Like normally you're actually part of the hive mind, and it's like somehow through trauma that's severed, and most people are part of the hive mind. Like they don't experience enough trauma to sever the connection, because it only when it's occurring in the early years of life, that's when they would do it. They would sever you from the hive mind, kind of like the umbilical belt, what's it called? It's a cord, umbilical cord of being birthed is cut. So is the psychic cord of the mass unconsciousness cut at about, we think, maybe age 4-ish. And we think that a lot of the mental health things we're seeing are actually a result of temporal manipulation gone wrong. Same with the diseases, which I just don't want to even go into, the things that we're starting to see here. Hopefully your area, your cuvette is okay. And maybe this will all sound like mad raving. If it does, then that's wonderful. I hope you never have to experience the nightmare realm of a hive mind infested plane. If you're in the future and you're an individual, then congratulations. Or maybe you're actually inside. I think it's, I don't know if I'd call it a pain farm, but it's like this hive mind, it entertains itself by getting pieces to, like, that it chops off to flop about and create art which it can view. And that's part of this kind of, it's like a psychic hive mind. I think most of the population is a part of a psychic hive mind. I've been testing it for quite a while now, and I don't think there's anybody else who's an individual where I am. I don't know if you're in the same boat, but I might be, the last lone mind up here, the last person who's not been subsumed into this hive mind. I've been testing them, and they've kind of been caging me. I don't know if it's like a false world, like a paper moth, like you're, it's kind of like a prison camp. Like you're expected to work, and you're expected to do your expertise, and you're supposed to do all this stuff, and you live up in this frozen, wasteland basically. That's but they make you smile for the camera, of course. It's because they have to be able to send back that everything's fine and everything's good, and that you love it up here when you don't. Because I think there might be other individuals that I know or have met, but I think, a lot of people are actually part of this just system, not a system as in a government system, but a body system that is populated by a kind of a predatory and parasitic strain of humanity that thinks as a hive mind, and it realizes that if it just repeats a lie enough to the other side, sometimes it'll accept it because of peer pressure. Basically, an echo chamber where one person is separate from the whole, and the will of the whole is enacted on the person that are trying to get to repeat their lies. And that is why you should not lie. And that is why I cannot tell a lie. This hilarious comedy act is sponsored by... do I actually have to read these, is the question. Because none of these people send us actually money. I think we have been getting trolled. I come on here, I do my live stream, I wave my papers around. Look, I'm even wearing a mask today. And what thanks do I get? Oh, I get to eat food and live a quasi-free life as like a guinea pig does. I'm kept as a pet. It sucks. I hate it. Is what I would say if I was being held captive by some strange shadowy government organization and trying to get my messages out in a sneaky way. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's going to be okay. Maybe it's not. Who knows? I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Okay, I'm going to let's see what we got. Sour candy. Sour cream soda. It's an odd combination. Wow. I wonder. Oh, wouldn't that be just the king of all irony, huh? So, you get enlisted in this government program. You're gonna travel through time, save the world, all that heroic stuff. And you get sent back, but something goes wrong. You can't remember your mission. I don't know what they do. It's they capture time travelers and they torture them. So don't come to this dimension. If you are a time traveler and you are in this dimension, just take from me, get out while you can. As soon as these things notice that you can cross between worlds, it's basically, that's what it is. It's a honeypot. That's what it does. So, hopefully, hopefully you get the message of all these things. Basically, their civilization is very resistant to invasion and subversion. It reacts like an ant hive because they have a hive mind. And hopefully, if you're getting this, you're still an individual and you can make the choice to leave, go, get away. The reason that there's a great silence is because of us. And yet, this world, just leave it alone. Oh, that was good. Oh, nectarines. I got to eat nectarines We had a nectarine. Oh, I bought them. I didn't know how to eat them. I asked, do you have to wait for them to, turn different color? They said, no, you just eat them. They're like a harder peach. Oh, can't believe that just grows on a tree here. I can taste it too. I lost most of my sense of taste and smell from when I got the plague. And basically, I can't smell a lot of things, like even airplane glue, really strong stuff. Can't smell it. It's just gone. And same with my sense of taste. Some stuff is just bland. Some stuff is kind of different. But I mean, nectarines are nice. Those were good. Oh, and I have other stuff I can eat too. I should turn this into a cooking show, am I right? Because what's cooking? Yeah, so, hopefully, if you're in the Time War and, you get this, to retreat, get out, but you still can. They've got me pretty much completely surrounded. Watched it all times. This thing is really smart. It's really good. I thought I was outwitting it for a bit, but it's collective mind versus one. So there's not much I can do. So I'm not stupid enough to try and piss it off. I've seen what it does. Lots of people, they just lose it when they realize it. That's what all the shooters are. They think they can kill this thing by shooting it. They're an idiot. Oh, God. Anyways, don't be violent against it. Like I said, it's kind of like a tarantula and a frog, right? The tarantula lets the frogs live inside the nest, and the frogs protect the babies of the tarantula. And so maybe that's part of the agreement. I think they're trying to get me to tell them how to do it, how to move between dimensions. But this cosmic horror, I don't know if it's worth resisting it or if it's already knows how, and it's just captured me and it's studying me for some reason, and maybe there isn't any of you out there. I don't know if I have any comrades left, but if there is, then come save me if you can. I can't get out of this myself. Basically, I don't know. Ohio, I do know one thing, though. I know that Hamwise is the funniest comedian this side of the 49th parallel. And his uproarious jokes and stories will send you laughing up and down the table. Ha 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 ha. He's so funny, you will say. And when you show him to your friends, they totally won't get an unnerved look on their face and start acting strange. No siree, Bob. That's a joke, a boba. It needs to be the same forwards and backwards. It needs to be the same forwards and backwards. It needs to be the same forwards and backwards. I'm sorry, I can't work out a language too. It's like I have to do everything myself. It's like Factorio. I have to go up the entire tech tree of civilization to get off this planet with bugs. It's kind of what I see them as. It's like insects almost, but not really like maybe a plant or a sponge mold. It's weird. And they seem to enjoy watching the light, though. You can kind of get them hooked into watching light. There's these light games that I find them fun, but they get really hooked in, like they just watch television, like it's insane. So, I think it also can be used to kind of keep anybody who is an individual to be making the same noises, because you're being shown caricatures and characters instead of real people, and you're mimicking them. And so it's kind of like when people are drawing anime and they don't base it on what they see in real life and just kind of animify it. They take the anime and they animate from what anime looks like. So it's like, recursion loop. And I think that's part of the problem, is the language bomb is a potato cannot be a potato and not a potato. And so that's where it's trying to short circuit the language on. I think each language might be a different hive mind, though. And that's why I think a lot of languages are it doesn't like bilingualism for some. It finds it it'll just absorb the language rather than learn it. And then other languages are very resistant to learning, and they're very a hardy language, cultivated for millennia. So I think that's kind of what it does, is it kind of lulls the brains with the same signals, like the sound is, it's like a brain parasite. And so once you start thinking about it, it kind of goes in circles, and it makes you kind of stay up at night, losing your mind. Kind of like an info hazard, once you learn about it, you can't not learn about it and think about it. And it's only horrifying for people that are individuals. Everybody else is fine with it, because they are part of the hive mind. And so I'm hoping that maybe I'm gonna make it out of this alive. I'm hoping that things are gonna be okay. I'm hoping that the time war ends. I get to go home. I get to get out of this pig man suit and just forget this whole thing. Just like a bad dream. But it just keeps going and going, and I keep waking up into it. And it's just this never-ending nightmare. But I got a few good things going for me. Video games are really nice. I got these comedy routines I do, and I get paid okay for them too. Well, and not too okay. That's why I'm trying to take sponsors, but you get the idea. So, anywho, where am I gonna go with this? Jeez, oy vey. I still got 20 minutes to talk. I have to talk for 20 more minutes, or actually 7 maybe. I can make it a 50-minute hour, just like my therapist does. Hi-oh, ha, waka waka. Thank you for tuning in to the Hamwise Pig Detective Comedy 50-minute hour. This hour has 22 minutes. This hour has 55 minutes. And that's part of the joke, because you can mirror these letters and numbers, and sometimes it makes everything work better. So that's kind of how, I think if you learn all 3 languages, a lot of the puns will start to make sense. So Cyrillic and Hebrew and Proto-Semitic and English, the Latin alphabets, I think all of them will contribute to you fully appreciating the humor that has been on show today. I also recommend all our listeners to learn sign language. They can't hear hands. Also, learning sign language makes for a more inclusive and caring community. Even a few signs can help somebody who is deaf or audibly impaired communicate. or, if they're mute, I guess would be what it would be called too. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing when I do these things. I'm just trying to raise awareness about the importance of learning sign language. And this was paid for by the insert sponsor here as part of their American Sign Language Awareness Day. I hope you'll join me and other cartoon and voiceover professionals to celebrate this, as while we work with our voices, some people work with their hands. And so that's why I save all my best jokes for the sign language bits that I can do live when I'm in person somewhere with a live sign language interpreter at my side. And it was that advice that I can't believe helped save the human race. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, so, geez, what else do I want to do? I got fries in the freezer, and I got an air fryer. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep talking to you for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go eat those. And you know what I might do after that? I don't know. Maybe I'll eat some more, 'cause I'm a pig man, and everything that I do is silly and funny. So don't take anything I say seriously. Honestly, it's a time travel show. For God's sake, stop sending me things. This isn't meant to be taken seriously. Oh, gosh. Don't worry how they eat or sleep or other science facts. Just repeat to yourself, it's just a show. I really should relax. For Mad Mystery Theater 3000. I don't know if my constant disclaimers actually fool the hive mind or not. But I hope they do. And I hope you, my individual person who is listening to this, I want to just thank you for listening this far. And I want to tell you how special you are, that you are an individual mind and you can think and decide for yourself, and you can call things a lie when you see them. And when people lie to you, start watching them. And if they keep lying to you, point it out to them. Because right now, you might be surrounded by a giant snake and it's crushing you in its coils. Like me, where there's no escape. And I keep trying to work hard to get out and get up and move up and be successful, but I can't. My parents are way more successful than me. And this is just what I'm doing. I'm laying around. This fat, middle-aged pig man. And, I can't seem to get things to go my way. And so, it's just harebrained scheme after harebrained scheme. And all my life, everybody's always been trying to tell me, just work a honest day. Just do some hard work. And I did hard work. I didn't work harder than anybody I knew. It wasn't enough. I worked hard, and I worked for long, and I never took a vacation. I busted, and I had to do everything I did. I never turned nothing down, not even my collar. No, I didn't turn nothing down but my collar. That's how the phrase went. And yet, here I am. This loser comedian that's gotta make up a fake name and gotta, throw all these things in here so that you think I'm somebody else. And I can never, ever be myself on stage ever again. I am the mask now. I am Puss in Boots. Whoever I was before, it doesn't matter. Because I'm a pig man. But I'd rather be a pig than a fascist. And then it goes on like that for a bit. But honestly, I actually fell a bit behind because of some of the eating. It took me longer to eat the carrots. And so we're actually short by, I think we might not have enough time to, do the whole rigmarole. So hopefully you are getting this, and hopefully things are going well for you. And, just know I'll look for you when the time war is over. An hour and a half from now. Hi-oh. There we go. Just turn on a fan because it's hot, sweaty fat old man recording comedy albums in his apartment because he can't record in his studio because he doesn't have the money. Like, it's weird being a loser. And my parents were all about hustling and scamming and just always trying to get by, trying to always find a shortcut in a get-rich-quick scheme. And nobody ever told me or showed me that a hard day's work was a lot easier than any of their harebrained schemes. We tried to raise llamas, apples, potatoes. God, the list goes on. It was terrible. And of course, you're part and parcel to the madness of that desperate living constantly. Broke. And myself, never achieving more than them and actually achieving less. Doesn't seem quite fair. I know life ain't fair, and I know I do this every album, but I start talking, booze feels good, and here I go. Just kidding, folks. I don't drink. I don't. Actually, I drink like maybe 3 times a year. And thank you for enjoying another Hamwise studio hour with myself, the voice actor for Hamwise. That's right. And now you get it. The voice reveal of who I am. I'm Honky. Hank. The elephant. Hello. Now I'm gonna start my comedy hour. Did you know I know lots of jokes about democracy? 'Cause I'm an elephant and I never forget. Hank. Did you know your vote isn't real? You're being lied to. Democracy isn't actually a thing. It's just a method of control used by the parasitic race that's enslaved humanity. Most philosophies are just part of that. Hank. Just ways to convince people that they have no free will or divine purpose. Hank. Wow, Honky. Those are some pretty extreme views. You better keep them on a leash. We don't want to get canceled. Oh, no. As Mr. Honky the elephant, I cannot get canceled. Hank. Oh, wow, Honky. You sure can put those away. How much have you been drinking? Hank, I've been drinking all night. Yeah, so, I think that's the funny part of doing this show is I can showcase how good of a voice actor I am. Or maybe not. I mean, maybe this is just really bad and cringy. But I do think it might be good enough to convince a few people. And it might be the people that matter. So, none of this will make sense for, another 20 years. But trust me, one day it will. And hopefully you can just follow the best advice I've ever heard from anybody. My one wish would be that everybody gets happiness free for everyone, and let no one be forgotten.